21st edition of the 2016 Southern Arkansas Men and Women's Cross Country Show. I'm Jacob Pumphrey with MurrayAthletics.com, and I'm joined alongside head coach of both of those programs, Coach Tim Servis. And Coach, let's go ahead and jump right into it. When you look at your Lady Mule program, they finished second a season ago at the Great American Conference Championships. They're tabbed to finish third this year in the preseason poll. When you look at your team, I think one of the first names that stands out, especially on paper when you look at her times, is Ashlyn Foley. She was an All-GAC second-team runner a season ago. So go ahead and give us your thoughts on her and your team's expectations as they enter the 2016 season.
Well, I have high expectations for them. We were picked third in the poll, but that's just kind of usually every year where we're picked. But the last 3 years, the women had placed second in the conference. So 3 years in a row, we were runner-up. And lots of confidence this year because I am returning Ashlyn Foley, which is a great runner. She was like GAC all-second team last year. And she's been working hard. And then also we have a sophomore that's looking really good, Jada Fricks. She worked really hard over the summer. And then we have a senior that's returning, Liliana Casanilla. And so with those three girls and their leadership, I feel real comfortable. But looking more into it, we have 8 new freshmen coming in. 8 freshmen coming in, and so they are really strong. The freshmen I'd say we're going to have at least 3 freshmen in the top 5 of our team. And there could be days when, you know, top 4 or top 5 could all be freshmen. So we had a really good recruiting class. This is the best recruiting class that I've ever had. And so I'm really looking forward to it. Our lead runner will most likely be Claudine Blankenfleur. She's from Allen, Texas, and she's been running really good for us. And she had a real strong summer, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what she can do out there at the Memphis Twilight.
Looking ahead on the men's side of things, they finished third a season ago at the Great American Conference. They're also picked third behind Harding and East Central. When you look at that group, you're returning a couple more guys that have a little more experience than you would say as far as on the women's side of things. You have Doug Palmer, who was an All-GAC first-team runner a year ago, and then you have 2 second-team All-GAC runners returning in Lane Alexander and Jose Bovera. Talk a little bit about what they bring to the table, what you're expecting for them, and also some of the newcomers you expect to step up and have big seasons for you.
Well, last year Lane was a freshman, and it was Doug's first year here. He was a transfer, so he was a junior. So they've been in this program for a year apiece, and so they're used to our routine and everything. So I really think that the 2 of them are going to step it up now, be a lot better this year. And then we have Jose Guevara. He's a senior, and he's running better than he's ever had before. And then we also have Braden Gower, who was a freshman last year, who's returning, and he's looking a lot stronger, so I'm expecting big things out of him. And then we have 2 freshmen coming in. Now with freshmen, they run 3.1 miles at the high school level, and then when they get to the college level, they're asked to run 5 to 6.2. So they haven't had a collegiate race yet. So with our freshmen, you know, it usually takes a little while for them to develop, but they look really strong, great attitudes. We got Cole Watson from Bryan, Arkansas, and then also we have Austin Morgan from Sheridan, Arkansas. And so they've been working really hard, but it just takes a little while for the development and getting used to running the 5 to 6.2 mile races. So I expect big things out of them in the future, but I think the leaders on the team are going to be the returners, and I really like what I'm seeing out of them so far.
Coach, you begin your season tomorrow in Memphis, and it's really a kind of a unique opportunity for not only yourself and your staff, but also the runners as they get a chance to run under the lights, so to speak, at the Memphis Twilight. The men and the women both will compete tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of really good competition there. Some Division I schools in Alabama and Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and then also some key Division II schools, Christian Brothers, who's the host, West Alabama, and Union University. So talk a little bit about the competition, how it helps to be able to run against some very good teams, and kind of what you're expecting tomorrow night.
Well, I love going to the Memphis Twilight because it is under stadium lights. It's at the Mike Rose Complex in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Mike Rose Complex is multiple soccer fields under stadium lights, and what they do is we'll kick the women's race off at 9:20, and they'll have the stadium lights on, and they will run around the soccer fields. The women for a 5K, that's 3.1 miles, and for the men, they'll do just a 4-miler, but it's the beginning of the season, that's why we're just starting out with a 4-miler. And it'll be a little cooler because, as we know, September, first race, very hot during the day, and it gives a different atmosphere to it, being under the lights and in the stadium. There's been known to be over 10,000 people there at times, so it's a very popular race. They finish in the stadium, and I can tell you, when they're finishing, that stadium is packed. So it is a spectator-friendly course. It's a fun course. It's different. Some of the best competition out there, and they also divide the Division I and Division II results. So Alabama and Ole Miss, they are very strong teams. But then we got the teams that are our size, and so I'm very interested to see how we do up against them.
Coach Servis and both his men and women cross-country programs will compete tomorrow in the Memphis Twilight. Be sure to check out MuirAthletics.com for all your pre-race and post-race updates and information. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Oh, thank you.